Of the accountability
Yeah.
point, right? Because no one holds LeBron James accountable.
Not even LeBron holds LeBron accountable.
Exactly. Everyone held MJ accountable. Big difference from LeBron James. Nobody holds him accountable even when it's wrong. He says a lot of shit that's wrong. When you fuck up, you should be held accountable just like everybody else does.
Like, MJ lost a game. Coach lost a game. And then when LeBron loses a game. Like, the more that comes out, like, somebody tweeted out, it was a side-by-side interview of Jordan losing a game and Kobe. And they're identical. It's like, I didn't live up to the potential tonight. Like, they were putting it all on them instead of throwing, like, Phil Jackson under the bus, which coincidentally Phil Jackson coached both of them. And, you know, you've never seen Jordan throw Phil Jackson under the bus. You never see Kobe throw Phil Jackson under the bus. But you've seen LeBron throw every coach under the bus. And that's something GOATs don't do. They take accountability. And the best thing, too, really, that Jordan said, amongst other things he says in The Last Dance, was he goes, it's my responsibility. If you're coming to watch me, it's my responsibility to give you the best of me.
Yep.
And it's something that you don't see LeBron do. And for you LeBron sexuals out there that think he could have ever survived in Jordan's era, go watch Jordan getting up in Reggie Miller's face. Watch Jordan getting up in Patrick Ewing's face. LeBron would have ran from guys like Charles Oakley.
Factor of the toughness of the league, Jordan was Defensive Player of the Year. Jordan led the league in steals. All right. LeBron has never led the league in any defensive category. All right. This is what you call a guy that not only like won 10 straight scoring championships, all these things, but also played defense and was one of the best defensive players in the league.
Yeah.
And that was in an era that Jordan was getting cross-lined by Xavier McDaniel, the bad boy Pistons, all right, the Knicks, the Celtics, all right, the Lakers. It didn't matter. I mean, every team had enforcers back there. They had a person. It doesn't matter. Even the shittiest team in the world had a guy. I need you to go out there and body slam this guy. That was a technical one back then. Hand check rule. You could hand check the dude as soon as he got the ball.
It's kind of premature to have this debate when really the debate should be who really was the better of the two. And in my opinion, it's Jordan and then Kobe.
Yep.
Because they emulated each other so much. And not only that, they had an impact on the game. And I forget who it was that came out and said, well, LeBron's had a global impact on the game. That's bullshit, because anybody who watched The Last Dance, the NBA at that time was only televised in like 80 countries.
Yep.
After the Jordan era, and because of the Jordan era, and not just because of Michael Jordan's at the forefront of it, but you got to give guys like Ewing and give Shaq credit, and all these other guys, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, Dennis Rodman, Karl Malone, John Stockton, you know, all of them. You got to give them all the credit in the world. But like they had a global impact, because after that, the NBA was in over 200 plus countries, and that's something that LeBron gets to enjoy. He didn't put in the work to get the NBA. So, because somebody took issue with, well, how did Jordan pave the way for LeBron? Somebody always paves a road for somebody else to walk down. And that's in any sport or in any form of life. Somebody paves a road for you to go down, and you get to enjoy all the fruits of somebody else's labor. And for some, yes, they've added an impact to the game. I'm not saying LeBron hasn't had a significant impact, but he's also had a negative impact by just him flopping, whining to the referees, you know, trying, you know, pretty much being the Tony Soprano of the NBA, where, nope, it's the coach's fault.
And here's the thing, Jim. The bubble championship, huge asterisk. And we'll tell you why. It gave fucking Anthony Davis and LeBron James the biggest load management in the history of the game, because they stopped them right mid-season. And you were like, you took a break, you got healthy. Dude, AD the year before, remember? Injured. They didn't even make the playoffs, bro. All right? They were headed in the same way. All of a sudden, they had a nice break. Everybody got healthy. Boom. That, to me, man, that's a huge asterisk. Just, you know what I'm saying? Because you didn't play a full season. All right? You didn't go through the grind of the full season. And that's the whole point about winning a championship, is going through the grind of the NBA regular season, and then how your players, perform with the grind, the body, the pushing of your body and the stuff like that, and the injuries in the playoffs. So again, I don't respect that championship. You got it, great. I don't respect it. I don't respect the fact that he says that he's won 2 of the most mental championships, stressful mental championships, the toughest championship in the history of the NBA when they came back, from 3-1, and then also this one in the bubble. Get the fuck out. See, again, the accountability factor of just making excuses about why he's so great when the guy that is the greatest never said why he's the greatest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people say it for him. LeBron has to say it for himself. Big difference. Yeah. And LeBron surrounds himself with players that also act like him. That's why he brings players in. Well, before the Heat, and we'll get to that as well. After he left the Heat, he wanted to play with certain guys that he wanted to bring in.
Yeah.
Kevin Love, sensitive little bitch. Kyrie, space cadet, talented people, but they're not all up here. All right. And then Anthony Davis. Look what happened in this series. They asked him what happened in game 2. Oh, Jamal Murray hit a shot, and then he left.
No accountability.
No, dude. What happened is that we fucked up in the fourth quarter. We gave up a lead, and guess what? And Jamal Murray, who's a stud, hell of a he's a tough guy. He kicked their asses. Jordan would say that against the Pistons every time he lose. He hated them, but that was the team that had their number. Isaiah Thomas. He said he was one of the greatest after Magic. He was probably the greatest. He didn't like it. He was an asshole, but he was one of the greatest point guards. He said he hated playing against Joe Dumas because Joe Dumas probably played the best defense on him. And you couldn't tell if that was good defense because he still dropped like 30-something. But you know what I mean? He would say that. He said he gave the respects every time he lost to them. He was pissed off. He was pissed off at the team. He was pissed off at himself. He was pissed off at himself, not at the rest, not at the other team. Making excuses. Wilpon hit her right off the bat there. Kobe, same way.
After like a huge loss, Jordan staying on the court and just watching it. Mm-hmm. Kobe sitting there watching it. LeBron's already in the locker room. Like Jordan and Kobe are giving the other team respect, dapping them up, doing whatever. Yo, good game, but I'm gonna whoop your ass tomorrow night. Whatever, the friendly banter. Friggin' there's LeBron going to change his fucking man pond and use Summer's Eve on his mangina and cry in the fucking shower while Anthony Davis friggin' consoles them because they're 2 little baby back bitches. And I'm sorry, LeBron sexuals, if you're watching and you get offended by it, but you guys need to be educated on why one guy is better than the other, why one guy is anointed to GOAT by everyone who watched him. One guy is anointed himself to GOAT because he believes his own hype. And it's not to say that LeBron isn't talented, because he is. I'll give LeBron credit for playing at the level he's playing at the age of which he's playing.
That's one thing he's done that nobody has ever done, playing that many years at that level. I give him that.
I couldn't do that. Even if I was in basketball shape and played professional basketball, not even I know I could take my body that far as long as he has done it.
He is the first of his kind.
But here's the thing. You sit there, and you would think now that you're older, you would have matured a bit and realized, hey, this baby antic bullshit may have worked when I came into the league, but it's not going to work now. And people are so tired of it that the ones that have defended it have deterred away from it, and they're now on this side of the spectrum with us, the knowledgeable people that have seen this forever and are done with the smoke and mirror show. And if I have to hear a Cleveland Cavalier fan again say that LeBron won them a championship, motherfucker, you are wrong. Give Kyrie the fucking credit he deserves. Because again, Jordan has made big shots and has missed them. Kobe has made and missed a lot of them. LeBron has always passed the ball away in the big moment. You want to know why? Because he was afraid to admit failure. Where Kobe and Michael Jordan weren't afraid to fail, this man is, because he knows that the unknowledgeable fucktards out there will crucify him. The knowledgeable ones will be like, he put up a good shot, it just didn't fall. It is what it is. But no, you're just afraid of the moment. Like, every time you had the big moment, you're like the Eminem song. Would you capture it or let it slip? Well, bitch, you let it slip every fucking time. Jordan always captured it. Kobe always captured it. Shit, fucking even Isaiah Thomas captured it. Larry Bird. But you're afraid. So fuck you.
It pisses me off that nobody gives Kyrie the props, man. Because
It's annoying.
he apart from hitting the big threes, game 6, game 7, forget about Draymond getting ejected. It is what it is. But everybody forgets that he was guarding and also was being guarded by the first ever unanimous MVP in Steph Curry. He made Steph Curry his bitch because he couldn't keep up, all right, with Kyrie. So again, you take Kyrie out of that mix like the year before, and they get swept.
95% will agree with this assessment. And if you're in the 5% that don't, listen, you're entitled to that. You know, everybody's got an opinion, just like we all have assholes. Just unfortunately, some people's opinions are stank like their asshole, but
their assholes are bigger. Those are the other people because
because
they play games. Yeah,
they're playing Diddy games, but whatever. It's always going to be Jordan, then Kobe.
But they weren't good enough against Denver. So take that on. GOAT carries responsibility. I don't see it. In the firing of Darvin Ham. So go handpick somebody. They're not getting T. Lue. If you're the owner of the Clippers and you got way more money than the Lakers and just as much ego, you ain't letting T. Lue walk across when you got a new stadium and you got stars. You don't need them to go to him to go to the Lakers. This is infuriating that the hand is behind this move, Frank. It's just intellectually lazy and unaccountable. And those two guys are too great. They're Hall of Famers. You got to be better than that.
MJ left a lasting impact on just the culture, right? The NBA culture. How many people here are buying LeBron James sneakers?
Not many. But not only that, how many people have been robbed for LeBron sneakers?
Yeah.
And how many back in the day would get robbed for the Jordans?
There's like right now, there's a second or third generation that never saw Jordan play and are freaking rocking these sneakers, bro, and paying a shitload of money for them. So MJ changed the game. MJ changed the basketball culture. MJ changed a lot of stuff that made these guys be successful today. LeBron would not be a billionaire if MJ did not do every single thing he did. All right, the shoe contract, the way that he handled that. All right, the entrepreneurship is himself after the fact, using his his fame and his career. Because remember, he didn't make a lot of money based on salary. Well, it was a lot of money for you and I, but not if you compare the salaries, it's not even close. So there's a couple of things, man. Look, MJ was dominant on his own. People came to play with him. He didn't go to play with other people to win. All right, big difference. This man retired twice. All right, and he still had gas the second time he retired. Nobody retires in their primes, comes back mid-season. All right, fine, they didn't win, but they come back the season after that and throws three championships with the NBA having a bunch of really good players. That's another thing. And when MJ ate, there was not another superstar on the planet that fucking ate. A lot of players have eaten in LeBron's era. And the longer he plays, the more people eat. All right? Yeah. So I'm telling you, you got guys, like nobody has 6 championships when MJ played. There's guys that have 4 championships with LeBron played, just like LeBron, as many as he does.
Yeah.
All right? Steph and the Warriors have 4 chips.
Didn't need one.
Exactly. You know, I know the Spurs won one before he got there, but I think they won like 3 or 4 when LeBron, and I know it was early, but if you compare that, I mean, hey, you know, you got teams that have won consistently, especially the Golden State Warriors. There was in that dominance of the fucking Bulls, man, nobody else won.
And then, like, not only that, but like, it shows you, like, so when Jordan left the first time, and even with Scottie Pippen at the helm, right, they still won 50-plus games without Michael Jordan.
Unreal.
I mean, until Pippen became a little bitch, and it's like, oh no, we're gonna give the ball to Tony Kukoc for a game-winning shot, and he's just sitting on the bench, like, well, kind of like what LeBron would do. Well, if the play's not designed for me, then I'm gonna sit the bench or I'm gonna go to the locker room. But even, and that's the other argument is, like, Jordan had such an impact with everybody else around him. Like, Jordan didn't need Scottie Pippen.
No,
it helped, but he didn't need him. Scottie proved he needed Michael fucking Jordan.
It's kind of like
LeBron needed Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, Anthony Davis to win his championships. He had to go to somebody else's team to fucking do it. That's not what a GOAT does. Tom Brady won 6 championships in New England, right?
With a bunch of no names, a wide receiver.
With guys who flocked to him because they got to play with one of the greatest quarterbacks. I'll give him his credit, even though I can't stand the douchebag, but with one of the greatest quarterbacks ever to step foot on a football field. They got to play with greatness. How many of these guys can say that in this era of basketball, that they got to play with greatness? Not fucking many of them.
Yo!